The ultimatum from the stars. The year was 2178, and humanity had finally begun to feel comfortable in its cosmic neighborhood. Orbital habitats circled Earth like gleaming pearls on an invisible string. The lunar colonies had grown into thriving cities beneath their protective domes. Mars hosted research outposts and mining operations that sent regular shipments of rare metals back to the homeworld. Humanity had even established a permanent presence in the asteroid belt, where automated mining operations extracted resources from the ancient rocks that drifted between Mars and Jupiter. It was on a routine Tuesday morning when everything changed. Commander Maya Chen was overseeing operations at the Orbital Defense Network headquarters in Singapore when the first anomalies appeared on the long-range scanners. At first, they appeared as nothing more than slight disturbances in the gravitational field near Saturn, unusual but not necessarily alarming. Scientists had documented similar phenomena before, typically attributable to cosmic background radiation or sensor glitches. Run a diagnostic on the Saturn sector scanners, Chen ordered, her voice calm despite the nagging feeling in her gut that something wasn't right. Lieutenant Dawson's fingers flew across his console. Scanners check out, Commander. The anomalies are real, and they're growing. Within hours, the anomalies had coalesced into something undeniable. Massive objects, clearly artificial in nature, were decelerating into the solar system. By the time they reached Jupiter's orbit, there was no question about what humanity was witnessing. First contact. The alien vessels defied conventional understanding of spacecraft design. Their hulls seemed to shimmer with an iridescent material that bent light around them, making it difficult for Earth's sensors to get accurate readings on their size or composition. There were 7 of them, arranged in a perfect heptagonal formation, each larger than the largest city on Earth. All nations are going to Condition Alpha, announced Secretary General Okafor during the emergency United Earth Council session. But we're not initiating any aggressive posture. We don't know their intentions. That changed 24 hours later when the alien fleet settled into Earth orbit, overwhelming every defense system with their mere presence. The message that followed was broadcast simultaneously to every communication device on Earth, in perfect language appropriate to each region. People of Earth, the transmission began, the voice deep and resonant. We are the Vicarian Imperium. For millennia, we have observed your development from a distance. Your species has shown remarkable adaptability and innovation, but also concerning patterns of violence and resource mismanagement. The time has come for integration into the galactic community. Under our supervision, you have 72 Earth hours to dismantle your military capabilities and prepare for Vicarian administration. Resistance will result in immediate pacification. The message ended as abruptly as it had begun, leaving humanity reeling. In the chaos that followed, Dr. Elijah Kumar found himself summoned to an emergency meeting at the Global Scientific Consortium headquarters in Nairobi. As the world's leading expert on theoretical physics and speculative alien technology, he had spent his career being ridiculed for his outlandish theories about potential extraterrestrial civilizations. Now those same theories had made him one of the most important humans alive. "They're bluffing," Kumar declared to the room full of scientists and military officials, including Commander Chen, who had been flown in from Singapore. His statement was met with stunned silence. "Doctor, they have ships that can manipulate space-time," Chen countered, her expression stern. "What evidence suggests they're bluffing?" Kumar projected a series of energy readings taken from the Vicarian vessels. "Look at these patterns. Their ships are radiating exotic particles in a configuration consistent with massive energy consumption. They're maintaining those shields at enormous cost. If they were truly as all-powerful as they want us to believe, they wouldn't need such extensive defensive measures." "You're saying they're afraid of us?" asked a skeptical general. "Not exactly," Kumar clarified. "I'm saying they respect our potential. The Vicarian ships haven't moved closer than geosynchronous orbit. They're staying just outside the range of our more advanced defensive systems. That's not the behavior of an overwhelming force. It's the behavior of a calculated one." Over the next 48 hours, While governments worldwide prepared their citizens for potential conflict, Kumar and his team worked ceaselessly to analyze every bit of data they could gather about the alien visitors. They discovered unusual fluctuations in the energy shields surrounding the Vicarian vessels, patterns that suggested vulnerability to specific electromagnetic frequencies. Meanwhile, Commander Chen coordinated with military forces around the world, ensuring that humanity presented a unified front. If it came to a fight, Earth would stand together. "We need more than just military options," Chen insisted during a strategy session. "If Kumar is right, and they're not as invincible as they claim, we might be able to negotiate from a position of strength." That's when Kumar proposed something radical. "What if we don't just defend? What if we communicate in a way they haven't anticipated? These beings clearly understand our languages, but I doubt they truly comprehend human creativity and determination." The plan that emerged was audacious. Instead of dismantling Earth's defenses as demanded, humanity would respond with a message of its own, one that showcased not just technological capability, but the unique human spirit that had enabled our species to survive countless catastrophes throughout history. "We'll need every satellite in orbit," Kumar explained, "and access to the quantum communication array that's been in development." "That's still experimental technology," objected one of the scientists. Kumar's eyes gleamed with determination. "Exactly. The Vicarians think they know our capabilities. Let's show them what happens when humans are backed into a corner." As the 72-hour deadline approached, an unprecedented global collaboration emerged. Scientists, engineers, artists, and military personnel worked in concert, guided by Kumar's theories and Chen's strategic insight. Power grids across the planet were reconfigured to channel energy to key transmission points. The quantum communication array, originally designed for instantaneous communication between Earth and Mars, was repurposed for something far more ambitious. "Will this work?" Chen asked Kumar privately, during a rare break in their preparations. The scientist considered the question carefully before answering. "In all of human history, our greatest achievements have come when faced with seemingly impossible challenges. The Vicarians have studied us, but they've missed something fundamental about human nature." "Which is?" Kumar smiled grimly. "We don't take kindly to ultimatums." With 12 hours remaining before the deadline, Earth was ready to deliver its response. Not a surrender, but a declaration that would echo across the stars and demonstrate that humanity would not be conquered without a fight unlike anything the Vicarian Imperium had ever encountered. Humanity's defiant message. As the deadline approached its final hours, Operation Starlight entered its implementation phase. Across the planet, power systems diverted energy to the repurposed quantum array in coordinated pulses, creating a global network that would channel humanity's response. The atmosphere crackled with tension as cities voluntarily darkened to contribute their power to the effort. In the command center beneath Mount Kilimanjaro, Commander Chen monitored the global readiness indicators with laser focus. Every nation on Earth had set aside centuries of rivalries and disputes to present a unified front. It was unprecedented in human history, a testament to the gravity of their situation. "Final systems check complete," reported Lieutenant Dawson. "Quantum array is at 97% capacity and stable." Chen nodded. "Dr. Kumar, are you ready to proceed?" Kumar stood before a complex control interface, surrounded by the brightest scientific minds Earth had to offer. "As ready as we'll ever be. Remember, once we initiate, there's no stopping the sequence." Secretary General Okafor, who had been coordinating with world leaders, stepped forward. "Then, on behalf of humanity, you have authorization to proceed." Kumar took a deep breath and activated the sequence. Across the globe, the carefully orchestrated power surge began. Massive energy reserves flowed into the quantum array, which channeled it through satellites and ground stations in a precise pattern. To observers on the Vicarian vessels, it must have appeared as though the entire planet was lighting up in an organized display. Not random panic, but deliberate, coordinated action. The first phase of the response was purely scientific. a concentrated burst of quantum-encrypted data aimed directly at the Vicarian fleet. The transmission contained mathematical theorems and physical constants that demonstrated humanity's understanding of universal principles, but encoded in a way that revealed Earth's mastery of quantum mechanics, a field the Vicarians clearly understood, given their technology, but perhaps had not expected humans to have advanced so far in. The second phase was technological. Earth's defense systems activated simultaneously, not firing weapons, but revealing previously hidden capabilities. Orbital platforms that had appeared dormant suddenly hummed with energy. Defensive shields materialized around key population centers, technology that humanity had developed but kept classified, anticipating a day when it might be needed. But it was the third phase that truly distinguished the human response. As the quantum array reached full capacity, it projected something unprecedented. A multidimensional transmission that contained not just data or threats, but the essence of humanity itself. Art, music, literature, and scientific achievement flowed into space alongside records of human resilience, how civilizations had risen from the ashes of natural disasters, how competing nations had found common ground in the face of global challenges, how individuals had overcome seemingly insurmountable obstacles through sheer determination. And woven throughout was a clear message: we will not surrender. We are prepared to negotiate as equals, but we will defend our home with everything we have. The response to the Vicarian ultimatum took exactly 1 hour to complete, a deliberate choice to demonstrate precision and control rather than desperation. When it concluded, silence fell across Earth's communication channels. People everywhere held their breath, waiting for the Vicarians' reaction. Would they make good on their threats, or had humanity's display given them pause? The answer came 3 hours later. "Receiving transmission from the Vicarian flagship," announced Lieutenant Dawson. "Putting it on screen now." The being that appeared on the command center's main display was not what anyone had expected. The Vicarian representative had a vaguely humanoid form, but with an exoskeleton that shimmered with the same iridescent quality as their vessels. Multiple eyes arranged in a semicircle studied the camera with unmistakable intelligence. "People of Earth," it began, its voice translated through the same system that had delivered the ultimatum. "Your response has been noted. It appears our preliminary assessment of your capabilities was incomplete." Chen and Kumar exchanged glances. This was not the language of immediate attack. "We particularly find interest in your quantum manipulation techniques," the Vicarian continued. "Few species master such technology before achieving interstellar travel." Kumar stepped forward. "We developed it out of necessity. Earth's nations are spread far apart, and instantaneous communication became essential for our survival." The Vicarian was silent for a moment, as if processing this information. "The Imperium recognizes adaptability as a valuable trait. Your species has demonstrated unexpected resourcefulness. We're prepared to defend ourselves," Chen stated firmly, "but we would prefer peaceful coexistence and knowledge exchange." Another silence, longer this time. When the Vicarian spoke again, its tone had subtly shifted. "The original integration timeline may require adjustment. The Imperium proposes a provisional diplomatic exchange to reassess Earth's status." It wasn't surrender, not from either side, but it was an opening. The negotiations that followed lasted weeks. Earth representatives, led by Secretary General Okafor, with Kumar and Chen as key advisors, engaged with the Vicarian delegation aboard a neutral platform in lunar orbit. Gradually, the truth emerged. The Vicarian Imperium was indeed vast and powerful, but it was not the invincible force it had first presented itself to be. "Your species caught us by surprise," admitted the Vicarian ambassador during a private session with Kumar. "Most planetary civilizations at your development stage surrender immediately or attempt futile military resistance. Your coordinated global response using technologies we didn't know you possessed, it forced a revaluation." Kumar nodded thoughtfully. "Humans have a saying, never corner something that you know is dangerous." The ambassador's exoskeleton rippled in what Kumar had come to recognize as amusement. We are beginning to understand this aspect of human psychology. The final agreement reached between Earth and the Vicarian Imperium became known as the Kilimanjaro Accord. Earth would maintain its sovereignty and continue its development independently, while establishing formal diplomatic relations with the broader galactic community through Vicarian introduction. In exchange, humanity would share its unique approaches to quantum communication and receive limited access to Vicarian technological knowledge. 6 months after the initial contact, as the last of the Vicarian fleet departed Earth orbit, Commander Chen found Dr. Kumar on the observation deck of the Singapore space elevator, watching the distant ships become mere points of light against the starfield. "They'll be back, you know," Chen said, joining him at the viewport. "If not the Vicarians, then someone else." Kumar nodded. "Of course, but next time, they'll approach Earth very differently. Because now the galaxy knows we aren't pushovers." "More than that," Kumar replied, his eyes still fixed on the stars. "They know that humanity doesn't just survive. We respond to challenges by creating solutions no one else would imagine. That's our real message to the stars." Chen considered this. "Do you think they ever realize that our quantum array wasn't really as powerful as we made it seem? That we were bluffing too?" Kumar finally turned to her, a smile playing at the corners of his mouth. "The beauty of a good bluff isn't just making others believe it. It's creating something real in the process. The global cooperation we achieved, the technological advances we made under pressure, those are real. We may have exaggerated our capabilities to buy time, but in doing so, we've set ourselves on a path to make those exaggerations true." As news of the Kilimanjaro Accord spread throughout human territories from Earth to Mars, a new sense of purpose united the species. Humanity had faced its first major extraterrestrial challenge and emerged not just intact, but recognized. The stars were no longer just distant lights of possibility. They were a frontier where human ingenuity and determination would be tested against the unknown. And somewhere in the vastness of space, word spread among interstellar civilizations: approach Earth with caution. The humans may be newcomers to the galactic stage, but they have a particular talent for defying expectations and turning ultimatums into opportunities.